Recording in progress.
Recording.
Welcome back. Welcome to the third AMA. It's January 18th. We got the whole band virtually together, and we're so excited. We got a whole bunch of questions, so we're just going to dive on in. Thanks for joining us. First one, this one I just want to get out of the way. Someone asked, what does AMA mean? It means ask me anything. It's like just a cool internet way of saying questionnaire. Next question. This is a play all. Would you ever tour with Sleep Token? I leave it to you guys.
Well, I mean, I would tour with them. I don't know if that would be a good fit though, but I would do it.
Yeah,
I
right.
thought when we saw them in what was that, Romania,
Yeah.
right? Was that Romania?
Castlevania Fest, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the birthplace of heavy metal, Transylvania, um, Transylvania, planet Earth. They, I mean, they were definitely good, like at what they do. I thought they were pretty good.
I think that their fans would like us just because of the mask connection.
Yeah, maybe.
Seems like if you like masked bands, you like all masked bands. Seems to be. Here's one for you guys. Do you have plans to collaborate with any other jazz musicians?
Yup. I
Yup.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
do
that
have
would be
plans.
that'd be killing.
We have plans, yeah, for sure. A lot have come to Brazil, which might happen this year. Here-
Just my
yeah, here's a fun one. Worst kind of food to eat on the road? Question mark.
Hmm.
Not just a statement.
worst kind of food, huh?
Mm,
I right off the bat, fucking the boiling pot of plastic vegan crap at the DIY punk squat. That is the worst meal, the most nutritionless, bland,
I
disgusting, foul tasting shit you could possibly ever fucking
I
eat.
have I have to agree with you, Kenny.
Yeah,
I know
it's the worst.
this might surprise you, but I'm going to agree with you on that one. And
I think we're all in agreement, actually.
yeah,
Let's see what else we got. One's in Spanish, but I'm assuming it's when you coming to Honduras. We'll see about this.
would
A
love
lot
to.
of requests for South America. A lot
That
of
checks out.
honestly, these are questions are just when are we going back on the road? West Coast. Let's see what else we got. When are we going to Mexico? Can you put, oh, here's one I'll answer. Can you put obeisance on streaming platforms? Answer, no. That was like the pre-Imperial Triumphant record I made as a teenager, which is just like sort of immortal worship, Viking, super cheesy, not proud of it at all. Definitely not going anywhere. Uh,
Good answer, good answer.
um, let's see what else. Well, I got questions from our Patreon subscribers. Here's a good one. If you guys weren't musicians, what would your occupations be?
Huh. I mean, is this fantastical? Like, is this like dream job shit, or just like realistically, what other job could I have with this current skill set? Like, are we putting
Well, no, I
stipulations on
think I
this?
think like imagine you're starting back at, 13 years old. You're not just devoting your life to the drums. Like, I don't know, maybe you want to be a baker.
Definitely not.
Maybe you want to be a museum curator, like a tour guide.
Absolutely not.
Maybe you want to be one of those guys that just hang out in a dispensary and just play aggressive hip hop.
I think that's where I'm going to end up after the dream job fails. I'll just be the
Yeah.
aggressive guy at the fucking,
Yeah.
like, what? You don't listen to MF Doom, you fucking pussy? Like, like,
Something like this, yeah.
No, probably something in engineering sciences.
Yeah, maybe I would be like an architect or like a probably more likely an architect's assistant.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm going to be the janitor at any place that's doing like research and engineering and development. But ideally, I would love to be the guy
I
doing the
see myself
development.
a janitor at NASA, a janitor at all sorts of engineering places in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, JPL, that was the dream, was JPL
Yeah,
as
janitor
a
at
kid.
BMI.
I'll settle for janitor at like Los Alamos at this point, or like S4.
Sounds
Yeah,
wonderful.
someplace at least where you can be someplace interesting, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Um,
janitor at like, you know, somewhere in like the Smithsonian, like janitor at the Smithsonian, so you can check out all the stuff after hours and see what comes in and out of that place.
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, here's a
Or
good one.
janitor at the Federal Reserve. That might be interesting.
That's probably the best one. Those
Oh man.
janitors are getting paid off, I bet.
You know who they don't talk about? The janitors from Building 7. They don't talk about them enough.
No, you know what? They sort of just like quiet them up.
Oh, here's a fun one. How do you guys cope with planes, vans, etc.? What's the knee space situation like? You are all crazy tall compared to Europeans.
Uh,
Um,
You mean they're talking about flying, like leg room?
just travel in general. I think
Well,
you have a hot tip.
well, the thing is, if you learn the airlines, you can actually look into like the seat pitch of their configuration. So we try to book, stuff that we can fit in.
And
yeah.
also,
Domestically, a local carrier, JetBlue, actually has the most legroom, more legroom than every other carrier on Earth, just in their budget class seating.
and
Yeah.
also Steve has a hot tip where he also it's required that we all sit aisle. Instead of in a row, we all sit in an aisle,
Yeah.
which I think, sometimes you can stretch your legs out a little bit.
You
It does
feel,
help.
yeah, it feels more open in the aisle, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I will opt for the window if the flight is short enough.
Yeah, that's also
I prefer
nice.
the window, but not if it's long.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Someone says, would you recommend this? And it's a ticket link to Kilter playing in Berlin. Kilter, for those uninformed, is Kenny's other project, which he plays with Laurent
I mean,
on
I
bass. And yeah,
I would absolutely recommend that.
it's at Urban Spree, which is a great club, very German, very wet on the floor. Uh,
Yes.
No, Kilter,
Very.
Kilter, Kilter rips. You should definitely go check out Kilter.
that Kilter show, definitely go to that. It's gonna rock.
Yeah,
Regardless of the fact that I'm sitting here in Brooklyn right now, please go see the show. Maxime is filling in for that week.
Oh, definitely go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's great. I mean, he's played with the band several times, so he knows the book, so it'll be cool. But yeah.
Have
I
you?
don't I don't go unless Kenny's playing in it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't play Imperial Triumphant unless I'm playing it. Do you have you considered covering a Portal song? Never.
I don't know if we've actually ever like flat out said let's cover a Portal song.
I know it's
Yeah, I
kind
don't
of
think so.
like,
It's a little bit like covering our one of our own songs.
yeah, it's also like, what could we possibly bring? Like
Yeah.
those songs are so sick and also like pretty close to what we do stylistically. Like, I don't
I
know.
think it would be fun and challenge. I would say we can't do it better, but we might be able to do something interesting with it.
I
Yeah.
mean, it would be fun to do. I mean, they'll never go for it because they're too cool for school, but it would be fun to like either write or produce music for them.
Or just play a
Like,
show with them.
That'd be sick.
I mean, how about like just a show
Here's a
would be fun.
song.
Anything.
Here's a song we wrote, guys. Can you please go record it in your way?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would
It's
do,
like,
I would do literally anything with that band if they asked. What other questions we got? What are your favorite Art Deco buildings in New York City?
hmm,
I mean, the Chrysler Building obviously is pretty high up on the totem pole.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I think
I like that building that's like right around the corner too on Lex. So I think it's called the Gray Bar building.
the Gray Bar is that you're not thinking the Channing building, right?
No, the Gray Bar. It's like right next to Grand Central on Lex, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great one.
And I also love the building across the street and one block down on 42nd, which is the building that Superman, the comic, based the Daily Planet on, which is the Daily
Right.
Yeah,
News,
yeah,
the old Daily News building in
that's right.
Midtown. That's a super Art Deco. Like that shit looks like a comic book. So that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Um,
But there's a ton, right?
yeah, there's a lot. If you were given the opportunity to compose a backing track for an exhibition room with just one painting, what painting would it be? That's a crazy question.
I love that question. What a
Good
cool
one.
what a creative question. One painting. How the hell do you narrow that shit down, you know? There's so many cool paintings.
What about the Scream?
That's a great painting by Edvard Munch. You know, I just saw this really cool Edward Hopper painting actually that really like took my breath away. I might choose an Edward Hopper painting. Just go like Americana, you know?
Hell yeah. I'm into that.
You guys know like you guys know his paintings, right?
A
Dennis
bit.
Hopper? Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Yeah, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper paintings? Yeah, for
Didn't
sure.
he paint the infamous Waterworld? Wasn't that
He painted
his piece?
Waterworld, correct.
All right. All right. Well, as long as we're thinking of the same guy.
Someone else, this is a great question. It's for me. Ever thought about a signature guitar? I definitely get a replica of your V. Um, only every day of my life, but it's not up to me. We'll see. Maybe if there's more people like you who would buy like a signature guitar of mine, it would be possible. So thanks for the support. Um, these are crazy. How do we?
I love that painting question. What a cool question.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
one, I think. A lot
Like,
of
what a
questions.
great idea. Like, what a great project that would be.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys
Cheers.
listen to Boris, the Japanese band? Yeah,
Yeah, you played them for me first, I think, Zach,
Boris is cool,
and
man.
I absolutely loved it.
They have
Right?
a style.
Were we listening to that in, like in the van a couple years back? Like, that's the band,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they're great.
Was that, I want to say it was like around the time, like maybe we did the Piron run somewhere in that window, somewhere that year we listened to them.
Strong possibility.
I don't remember when that was, but I feel like that was like what, like 2 years ago?
Hmm.
Yeah. Here's a question that is will be fun. You guys mentioned taking an album off streaming surface. Was that services? Was that a legal issue with the label that produced that album? No, it was a just a little switcheroo. We can't say anything more, but you'll find out in a month. So hang tight on that. Um, how much time? Oh, here's a cool question. How much time do you spend in a city doing stuff besides the show when you're on tour?
I mean, it depends on if we have time to spend or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
And
have
also,
if we have time to spend,
unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes the club you're playing is not in the heart of the city. It'll be out in like sort of a smaller area, and maybe it's not like a city that's easily to get around. So even if you have time, sometimes you can't get away so easily.
Yeah.
Uh,
As often as possible or as long as possible is probably
yeah,
a
exactly.
good way to sum it up, you know. Especially like metal touring where it's like it's rare that you're like coming in the day before the show. It's like, right, we're always like schlepping all night, all day, straight to fucking load in. You know, it makes it really hard to like actually be a
Have
person.
Yeah, yeah, we can't do.
Completely.
We had 3 nice days in Albuquerque. That was fun.
That was killing. That shit was killing.
One person asks, "How do you guys like stuff? How about things?"
How like the process of liking something? Do they hear
No,
that
sorry, they don't.
correctly?
No, I added the house. Sorry, I can't read. It just says, "Do you guys like stuff?"
Do we like
Yeah,
stuff?
I think that's
Yes.
fair. That's a
I
fair.
like lots of stuff.
Yeah, me
all kinds of
too.
stuff.
You wouldn't believe it. A lot of people have been asking this one. Would we release an EP or an album of all of our cover songs? Think eventually, maybe down the road, we probably almost have a full album's worth of stuff by now, considering if you include like the Voivod cover and the Residence cover, like it's getting there.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Could be kind of cool to do a cover, an album cover that's sort of like a crazy collage of
If
all
you if you
song
include
albums.
Yeah, if you include those, I never think of it like I didn't put them all together, but I guess it's almost a whole record. Yeah.
Could be sick.
Yeah.
Um, all right, I'll wrap it up with this last question, which is you have to be a patron to view slash read slash listen to these. I don't know what an AMA is, obviously. You don't have to be a patron, but it does help because it helps us keep making them, and then it helps us also. Any AMA that you see is old, so if you want to see them as soon as they're made, you got to be a patron. So we appreciate the support, of course. Everything helps us stay afloat. And that's all the ones we have for this month. Thanks so much, guys. And we'll see you on the road soon.